Okay, there we go.
じゃあ行くわね。私の名前。支援完了。規定時間超えてませんよね。規定ただいま。みんないる？ただいま。あの子たちこの世界に。私の名前は伊坂。夢の中でも間違ったりしないでね。
Man, I'm kind of like running out of time here. Because once Pokemon gets released, yo, I ain't touching Girls Frontline. Yeah, Girls Frontline is definitely gonna take a backseat. Let's go ahead and just finish off my dailies, and we should be fine. I got like a week. I got like a week left. Howdy, howdy. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Ah, goddamn! I feel a sneeze coming up. Jesus. Yeah. Man, my ass is still leveling up some of my ringleaders. I'm trying to like preserve as much of as like my skill cards as my skill data as much as possible, since like I'm probably going to level up like some of the better ones anyway, and I know that like most of them aren't even meta, so I'm doing my best to like try and save most of them. I did change this, right? Yeah, I did. I basically have like all the pets in the game with the exception of like the Halloween costume pet, which is kind of dumb because that's from the cafe only. So you basically need to have all the Halloween costumes, which ain't gonna happen. Well, I mean, not all the Halloween costumes, just a Halloween costume for like that set, which I believe it was like the 2018 set or something. Something like that. It would be nice if I could get a Halloween intruder on this stream. It'd be nice. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna have to use some extra impulses. 3 days left. 3 days left until like the reset. And like it looks like it's about to reset into someone that I already have. I looked at the I took a sneak peek at like the next at like the next like Samus Ferris capture thing, and it's somebody that I already have. Which means that the only reason for me to even go for the impulses would be just to make sure I don't like hover around 14. And I guess for a chance at like getting like a 2-star, and that'd be about it. That would be the only reason. Because there's no reason, like, not to, like, use your free pulls, at least. But if it's for somebody that you already have, well, there's not much of a point in doing it. Or at the very least, you're not sad. You're not sad when you don't pull them, I guess. Which means that next month, I guess, or next, like, 30 days of the Samus Ferris capture, I can basically just, like, I guess, just carry up a stock of extra impulses. Which, you don't get that much extra impulses anyway. But I guess it's nice. I'm at 63 out of 100, and, like, Halloween Intruder, like, hasn't appeared once. That's a little bit of a disappointment. But hey, at least I got, like, one of the Halloween characters, though. I got the Zombie Bride, so that's kind of cool. Alright, I still actually have, like, fucking 4 more chapters left to do. Before... my time limit's basically next Friday. Yeah, my time limit's next Friday, since that's when Pokemon officially comes out. So I definitely want to make sure I do it by then. I actually like kind of found some like fan made games that like I kind of want to get into too. Some like fan made Pokemon games, but then like I really shouldn't. I really shouldn't, since if I do, I would just basically become like a PokeTuber. So I'll try not to become a PokeTuber. Honestly, like, great respect for anyone that could just stick with like one game series like forever and still have fun with it. Because like I need to switch it up. I can't live off of like one game forever. I mean, like, even back when I was like really into Ragnarok Online, I didn't just play Ragnarok Online. I did other shit too. And even if you were to ask me if I could like play only one game, Ragnarok Online would not be that one game. Alright. Oh yeah, I didn't even finish chapter 2. Oh shit. Yeah, I didn't even finish chapter 2. I mean, like, at the same time though, I'm not sad at like how long the story is, because I actually think it's awesome. I think it's awesome just how long this is, because it used to be a lot shorter back in the day. I can't believe how long it's been since I did Arctic Warfare. But yeah, it's been like, these were actually pretty short, I remember. I literally went through like all of Arctic Warfare in one stream. Unfortunately, like, I can't look back at the at my archive, since my archive like doesn't exist anymore. But yeah. Also, this was like the first time too that the game introduced us to like one-way the game introduced us to like one-way nodes. Kind of crazy. All right, this is actually where I left off on. Like, I didn't even do the stage yet. I left off on that. God damn it. I think I need to like calibrate my mouse or something. I'm not sure. Or like not calibrate it. That's not the word I'm looking for, but like I know it's like the clicky part on my mouse. And I know like I can actually kind of fix that. But like that would actually require like taking apart my mouse though, which is kind of a shame, because like I've done it before and it sucks. Alright, what do we got here? Activate the control terminal. So I go over there, and, well, I assume, like, something else is gonna pop up too, because, like, there's these lasso boxes over here, so that definitely seems kind of sus. You're just a regular Gundam? Cool. Any excuse I have to, like, bust out Alchemist is an excuse I'm willing to take. Such an easy excuse for me to take, just to bust out Alchemist. Not that one. Not that one. Increase the damage of friendly echelons within 3 nodes by 6%. Oh, I guess this one then. Okay. Alright, you pop out. And then, I'll give you a, Phantom Stance thingamajig. So the only reason why I'm busting you out is just to move around. That's why you had the Phantom Stance. So, like, you shouldn't be getting into any fights. You should not be fighting. You should not be fighting. Take you out. Man, I actually have like these extra manticores and they're all mediums. And like I know that like I can go ahead and level them up because like you could do the transfer thing. You can do like the transfer thingy in the coalition thing, but like I hate doing it for some reason. Do this. Okay. It actually also really annoys me too to have to like redo my formations just because like now like the characters that I put out here like all like I gotta like do them again. That always annoys me. All right. How does this thing work again? Oh, I can't just do it that way? Okay, fine. I want to like just look at what it did again. There we go. Within one node. Got it. Okay. I feel like that should be within 2 nodes to really be a lone wolf thing. 1 node doesn't seem like a lot, honestly. Or 1 node is actually too forgiving is what I'm trying to say. Oh, wow, I'm dumb. Till I forgot to like turn on auto resupply. There we go. Yeah, cuz I'm definitely too lazy to like do that shit like when I'm actually doing maps. I have it off though, obviously for the for like the farming though. So I move 1 node and then the lone wolf thing just automatically just procs already. Yeah, that seems way too forgiving. It seems super forgiving. Oh shit, I gotta rotate you guys. Okay. The only time I ever truly honestly think about like the formations I even want to use is actually theater mode. That's like the only other time. When you're playing story mode, I mean like, and I'm glad too, story mode in this game is honestly like, you could just haphazardly just make a team and it'll still be good, which is pretty much what I do. I don't like, I do all my like frame data shit, overthinking shit when I play competitive like PvP games, like fighting games or like MOBAs. I don't do it for single player games. Why would I do it for a single player game? That's dumb. That's just dumb. So I basically go with like the most minimum amount of thinking as possible. Do you have shields? Eh. I'm sure it doesn't matter. I'm sure it doesn't matter. You are set to garrison, so I know your ass ain't moving. Alright. And you're set to patrol. You are set to random. You're set to patrol. You're set to patrol. You're random. You're garrison. Got it. Alright, so I can't actually... Okay, so I can't actually go up there since you're a death stack, and while these guys are killable, because I've shown that they were technically killable, it's not really worth the trouble. It ain't worth it at all. So I guess I'll just go ahead and just kill this guy since he's kind of in my way. And he's not gonna move anyway. Yeah, he ain't moving. I don't know if this guy's gonna move like up or right, but I gotta get rid of this guy anyway, so. You know, like, I could probably count, like how many times on one hand how often, Oh, wait. I could redo that. I could do that better. I could do that better. Anyway, I could probably count on one hand, like, how often I even get to use, like, 4 hawks. Like, in an actual map and, like, not including theater. I could probably count on one hand how often. There we go. Don't need to take the damage if I don't have to. It does actually kind of, like, not make sense, or at least visually doesn't make sense how, like, I can hit the retreat button, and then, like, they just don't take damage. Even though they should be taking damage. Oh, I didn't even realize there's a helipad over there. I could have taken that for, like, the extra movement. Alright, so he did move right. Alright. Well, it looks like I had to move left anyway. Alright, is he gonna move? Is this guy moving down some more? Oh, shit. You moving all the way down. Okay. So that means, like, I have limited time to get to that lasso box. Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Oh no, I didn't bring a shield buster with me. I probably don't need it. I don't think there's any coalition unit that is like a self-hawk where like they get rid of shields on their own. But if there was though, that'd be pretty good. Because I'm pretty sure like not even Architect and Destroyer do that. They just kind of like just brute force through shields like every other unit does. But then like they also like destroy shields if they're in hawk mode. So like it's kind of weird. Let's see, new mission. Lasso box activated, and now I actually had to get to those lasso boxes. Alright. It was definitely pretty sus that these things were here, so yeah. Alright, got the first one. And where are you going? Oh. I was actually gonna just like use Architect for this, but like I guess I can still use Architect. Actually, wait. If I do though, I might have to fight this guy. It looks like I could just do this with KSVK without fighting anyone. So I'll just do that then. This means like the stupid like phantom boot thing that I gave Architect didn't matter, since I'm just gonna use KSVK to get this. Oh shit, okay wait, that's actually kind of annoying. Okay wait, actually I am gonna use Architect then. It will go off in 2 more rounds, got it. Well actually I guess I don't have to use KSVK, I can still get to it. I can still get to it, alright. I just have to go all the way around. I feel like I might take a little bit of damage if I use Architect, and like even though it's something that I could easily repair, might as well just take the free route. I mean, what do I need for an S rank here? It doesn't say anything about killing people, so I guess this is fine. I mean, the S rank doesn't matter, except like for achievements. So, I got an S rank, but I don't get anything for it though. Because like the achievements like to get like 1,000,000 S ranks or something, so that's just like one little thing being ticked off, basically. I want to actually cash in on that ferry right now. "42 seconds? Ain't no one got time for that." Should use a quick repair for that. Nice. Yeah, give me that repair, prototype ferry. I literally could just like wait here on the screen for that to finish off. I really could. How's my Wheatley's doing? Oh, I got time. I got time to get that out of the way. 1 fairy enhancement per week. 1 fairy... I even got, like, the stupid-ass, like side fairies to 5 stars, and you can't dupe them. That just shows, like, how much, like, extra fairies I'm getting. Wait a minute. I went to collaboration. I was like, what the hell? Alright. Oh yeah, I was raising, like, a 2nd artillery fairy. Did I get a dupe? I did not get a dupe. I was raising a 2nd sniper fairy, so this actually kind of works. Oh, I got a defense fairy. Yeah, I didn't get like good shit when for like the fairy raid up. I didn't get good shit at all. I just got a bunch of crap that I already have. VIII, that's 8. I know my Roman numerals. Oh yeah, okay, now I remember. Yeah. Last time, we were having Moradao show us around the base. Yeah, I remember. I remember now. I remember. The last Eastermer class is for the group, revealing 3 identical-looking doors behind her. Which way? Not a clue. A bullet whizzes past Moradow's shoulders. The next one won't just graze you. There used to be only 2 doors here. The one on the right leads to a warehouse with lots of boxes are stored. Here's a gentle reminder. If I remember correctly, the doors were only open if all of them are operated at the same time. How long will it take to get the lots of boxes from here? Just a little more than 10 minutes. What should we do, Commander? Time is short. M4, stay behind and guard Moradao. The rest of you each take a door. Stay vigilant and get in touch at once if something happens. Huh. Okay, yeah, I'm like trying to think about like the map to see if that lines up. That kind of lines up. There was the middle section, so I guess the middle section's a door. And then there was the right section, and then the right section was the activator. And then there was the left section, which leads to another door. Yeah, I guess it kind of makes sense. Behind the Savannah's monitor, Gray's lips finally curl into a smile. Which route do you think we should choose, Pandora? The white Naito next to Gray remains silent. Such questions are obviously not meant for someone of her station. How capable are they compared to your former teammates? Oh, we calling you Pandora now? Oh. I don't think they've ever mentioned that, so I guess it's the first time that we're seeing it in story. Task Force Defiance is the most successful combat squad in Neo-Soviet Union. Speaking purely in terms of specs, any member of Defy would have an overwhelming advantage over them. However, the AR team is special in the sense that they don't operate on common sense. M4A1 is the best example of that. Yeah, no one's got as much plot armor as M4. Even I can't explain what happened in the pharma factory. It was almost like a fairy tale. What do you think? Fairy tale? How absurd. Absurdity is what makes the world such a wonderful place. So, the key lies with Nemojin. Now that makes much more interesting. So they're watching. Water drips down from the ceiling, drop after drop, the reek of the motor's repulsive. What's even more off-putting is the long wait for the unknown. Time seems to drag on. Each passing second feels like an eternity of torment. It's just the 2 of us again. I missed you, you know. What should I call you now? Call me what you have always have. Nemojin? Alright, if that's what you prefer. Why didn't you go with them? I don't think anyone but you could beat us. The AR team isn't made up of just ordinary dolls. Sure, there's nothing ordinary about them. But against Narcissus, they might as well be lamb waiting to be slaughtered. Against me, your companions, whom you think so highly, were not all that impressive either. But we still have others. We have a lot of outstanding creations. They aren't all the same, but anyone with 80% of Narcissus strength would prove too much for your friends to handle. Then I would deal with her the way I dealt with you. M4 falls silent. She places a hand on Moradow's shoulder and pushes her down to her knees. Then she activates her communicator. 15. M4, what's wrong? Is everything alright on your end? Yeah, nothing but regular isomers so far. I also found something. It has similar structure as the ones we saw in the bond store, but more complex. The conversation is interrupted by another incoming transmission. M4, 15, stop 2. Everybody doing okay? I'm here. I'm here. I couldn't get in touch with SOP 2 or the commander. M4, be careful with Moradow. The disconnected tone beeps through the line. A wave of unease washes over M4. She grabs Moradow by the throat. You should know that I can make short work of you. Ha! I know. I know better than anyone else. Don't you understand, Nemojin? M4 stares down at the insolent Moradow. Her disquiet's suddenly nowhere to be found. I do. I understand everything now. Your friends will go down the same path and meet the same end as you. Huh? Looks like I've reached the end. The path has come to an end. SOP 2 turns on her night vision and starts observing her surroundings. In the corner lie several tiny stacks of faintly glowing spheres. SOP 2 realizes those are their mission objective. Lasso's boxes. This is great, Commander. I found our objective. Row 15, you don't have to keep searching. I've got it. SOP 2 approaches Lasso boxes and shares news of her discovery with her teammates. Beep. Beep beep. The comms channel is completely dead. Commander? Row 15? Why isn't anybody answering me? Ah, SOP. You're like the only good one now. Everyone's gotten so edgy. SOP 2 grumbles as she walks up to the lasso boxes to retrieve one of them. She reaches out to a lasso box, emitting a faint glow. Banana lets out an anxious chirp behind her. What's the matter, Banana? Do you miss Row? When SOP 2 looks back, she suddenly notices that the door behind her has closed. An instinctive sense of danger rushes through her limbs like lightning. She immediately backs away from the lasso boxes, but she didn't dodge a gigantic stinger attached to a tail that shot out from behind the wall. SOP 2 blocks the attack with the left arm. The stinger, shaped like a sickle, pierces squarely through her limbs and locks her in place. You bastard! Always playing dirty. Show yourself! SOP 2 lets out a grunt and tears out the stinger with her teeth. Give up your pathetic struggles. Prey that has fallen into a hunter's trap would never escape. Ha 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 ha! The stinger is incredibly robust. SOP 2 stops attempting to break it and just pulls her arm out instead. This is the first time someone has tried to hunt me. Hey, go on then. Show me what you got. You know what? I actually really hate how in story they often show how like the girls can actually solo like squads of enemies, but we can't do that in game. Under the Nigel's command, figures laying in ambush emerge one after the other from the shadows. Even when faced with the airtight encirclement, SOP 2 shows no fear at all, and simply laughs savagely like a wild beast. There are plenty of you, which means I get to tear out lots and lots of parts. I just have a single request. Please scream as loudly as you can. The louder the better. Ha 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 ha. The white figures rush towards the maniacal T-Doll, the tide as more stingers await the perfect moment to strike. With her throat gripped in a vice, Moradow is struggling for breath, and yet she's still trying to push words to her lips. You're scared, aren't you? You're worried that your friend is beyond your help. M4 gives no answer, and just tightens her grip. The AR team learns and grows with every fight. I saw this coming. Stop deluding yourself. It won't work. Can you perform another miracle? I don't think you have the strength to pull that off. You'll have to try harder. So confident. Very good, you're quite like me. Join us. Father will welcome you warmly. Oh, right. Why else would he send you to get me? M4 gazes at Moradao and drawls. Moradao's smile vanishes completely. She looks back at M4 and struggles weakly. Restore me. I can reactivate the system here. There's no need for that. Just tell me where the central terminal is. I'll handle it myself. That's one way of doing it. A sharp blade grazes Sop2's cheek, but not by mistake. It's a gesture of disdain, or provocation, on her opponent's part. Is that all you got? Sop2 is completely immobilized by the many stingers that have impaled her body, but she is still glaring at the white Naito before her with a failed grin. Your dodginess is rather awe-inspiring, but all your efforts are sadly in vain. Why don't you just relax a little and take a nap like your teammate? Listen, you shrimp. If you keep babbling nonsense, I'll rip out your tongue. I'll show some mercy by letting you hear your teammates' desperate howls before I end your life. The white Naito smiles wickedly as she places the communicator next to Sop2's ear. Sop2? Sop2? Save! Where? Bro, are you alright? The white Naito turns off her communicator. There's nothing more heart-wrenching than the wails of a friend on the verge of death. Roar! You know what? I'd actually like to think that, like, Sop2 actually said roar and, like, not like an animal, like grunt or something. Sop2 tears at the white Naito's hands off with a bite. The communicator clatters on the floor. You rabid dog! I'm going to kill you all! Sop2 writhes violently and starts freeing herself from the stingers by force. I just got M4 back. All that's left is 16. I would never let you hurt my friends. Why are you just standing there? Kill her! Before Sop2 breaks free, the pair of DSUs close in on her again. Icy lances, icy scythes, and icy swords. The pain of being pierced by these weapons is all the same. Sop2 howls in terrible pain and mauls the nearest pair of DS units with one arm that she managed to free. Ah! Kill her! Kill her! Rattled by Sop2's hysterical yowls, the pair of DS units stall hesitantly and even back away for a moment. Banana, who has been hiding behind Sop2 the whole time, smells an opportunity. It scrambles up to an elevated position, and it sends a signal receiver. Sop2! Row! Gritting her teeth, Sop2 rips herself free from all the stingers. The moment she hits the ground, she picks up her weapon. Grenade! The explosion at close range sends a feeble Sop2 flying. But she never lets go of her trigger. She keeps firing, consumed by her battle rage. By the time she comes to her senses, the entire room is littered with broken Paradius remains. Sop2 is slumped in the corner. Her body's mobility is now only at 20%. After some simple adjustments, she starts crawling towards a stack of Lassos boxes sitting safe and sound on the other side of the room. Sop2! Aw, she looks adorable in her damaged state. What now? You're blowing out my hearing module. Are you okay? There was a huge commotion coming from your side. I'm fine. All right, I found our mission objective. Great, I'm coming over. The signal was jammed, and M4 just fixed it. You didn't run to Paradius, did you? Hey, I did run into a few. I took care of them. After a long and difficult crawl, Sop2 finally reaches the Lasso boxes. She wrapped herself around one of the spheres. Are you hurt? Your voice sounds a bit odd. I'm okay. I'll see you later. Sop2 lifts up a Lasso box and rises to her feet, helped by the wall. Her legs are so badly damaged she can't walk properly anymore. Leaning against the wall, she staggers towards the exit, one unsteady step after another. Rose' familiar footsteps draws even closer. Moradao peers at M4, whose resolute gaze is making her waver with uncertainty. Perhaps this isn't the right time? Oh, weary traveler, do you see the roses? Where there is a fence, there is a home. Moradao suddenly closed her eyes and starts singing a lighthearted song that sounds incredibly out of place. You heard the song before, haven't you? Comms have been restored. We could group at the entrance. And then we blow this place up, just as we blew up the farmer factory. Ah, an unsurprising decision. In an inconspicuous corner, an electronic door slides open silently. The white Naito standing next to it eyes the woman who just walked through timidly. What? We're aborting. Teacher has ordered us to withdraw. Then, what do we do? We're going back. Our task remained the same. A bunch of cold water splashes all over the bloodstained woman. Heavy footsteps approach the room. The commander opens the door and sits down tiredly. How is SOP 2? 45 ran diagnostic. Good thing we have some replacement parts with this, but she won't be able to participate in high-intensity battles for the time being. Star 15 whirls around and throws in the bucket of cold water over Moradao, who is grinning weakly while laying in a puddle of blood and water. So, this is how you repay me, Robin. You still dare use that name? What the hell did you do back then? I didn't do anything. I'm not buying it. What happened to our signal reception? And why did you start singing in the central terminal? Who were you controlling? Haha, if I could still control Parodius, you wouldn't have left that place alive. Use your head. The plan has been altered beyond my recognition. How would I know what happened to your signal reception? Wheezes. She spits out a wad of blood. It blooms like a crimson rose next to her face. I've given you what you want. Robin, I trusted you, but you didn't trust me. Just like when my sister gave you the medicine. Did you trust her? Oh, weary traveler, do you see the roses? Where there's a fence, there is a home. Mordao's voice has grown very hoarse, probably due to the extensive torture she has suffered. She starts singing the song she sang in the plant, faltering every now and then. What do you think this is, Robin? This is just a nursery rhyme that my sister and I used to sing, back when we were still human. You must have heard it before. It doesn't really mean anything. I just sang it without thinking. You weren't the only ones there trying to kill the plant. They were going after me as well. Coughs. The last of boxes of this plant surpassed your previous ones both in scale and capability. Most of them only half complete. What exactly would the final product be? Wheezes heavily. It's exactly what you see and imagine. An upgraded version of a small-scale biological weapon? A large-scale one? So the disaster in Berlin was just a prelude. What are you after? I'm just a relatively high-ranking unit among an army of obedient puppets. You disappoint me so, Robin. Moradao resumes humming the nursery rhyme nonchalantly. Her twisted and exaggerated smile looks extremely jarring in contrast of the innocuous melody. Enough! Moradao's head is knocked heavily against the floor, causing her to pass out. Her lips are still curved in a faint smile. An uncharacteristic peacefulness can be found on this face that looks eerily identical to Mashlin's. Torture, man! Torture. Quick autoback! I haven't used a single quick autoback contract since like this item came in the game. Which was like, what, last year? I feel like this is actually a really good item, like for a newbie player. But like, it's a terrible item for a veteran because I have like no reason to use this. Stop more. Hashtag Yegor did nothing wrong. Hashtag Moradao did nothing wrong. Hashtag William did nothing wrong. Hashtag Javier did nothing wrong. Hashtag General Carter did nothing wrong. I don't know, how many more hashtags can I add to this? Hashtag RPK did nothing wrong. You know, I really wish that, I don't know, I really wish that they would just like have more backgrounds or at least draw custom backgrounds for like new events at least or something. Like, I feel like I see higher budgeted backgrounds in like fucking Nutaku hentai games than like what this game offers. They have like a set of like 18 backgrounds and they just reuse those all the time. Yo, everybody be fucking streaming. How do you say it? Nikkei? Or Nike? Or Nikkei or Nick or something? Everyone's been fucking streaming that game. I feel like I have nothing to even add to it now. Like, I feel like I've seen everybody play it that like I literally have no reason to play it myself. Like, I've seen enough. I feel like I've seen enough basically. Oh, that reminds me. Okay, wait. Facebook. Okay, wait. Facebook has been offering me this new mecha game or some shit like that. Or whatever. Wait. I feel like there's at least like 2 more games out there now that like feels like they're copying Girls Frontline with like robot girls and shit or robot waifus or something. I feel like Nikkei is also doing the same thing too. Nikkei? Nike? Like, they kind of do the same thing, too. It's literally, like, robot waifus. Like, they're all kind of doing the same shit. They're all kind of doing the same shit. So it's like, I don't need to play them. Mia does not answer, and Nell does not move either. 4 rings later, the call goes to voice message. Why don't you kill yourself, you whore? Mia rushes over to turn off the answering machine. Some heartless member of the press has leaked news about Nell, and harassing phone calls have been coming in nonstop over the past few days. Ring! The phone rings again, and Mia savagely hits the answer button. Go to hell! You ruined everything! Because of you, the refugees don't trust the government anymore. Mia hangs up, but just as she puts down the handset, she hears the familiar ringing again. Are you a spy or something? Scram and go back home, you stupid bitch. Mia hangs up again. You should disconnect the line. You need peace and quiet. Once again, the familiar ringtone plays. Mia is about to hang up reflexively, but then she sees the words Mrs. Gray on the caller ID. It's Gray. Nail's eyes snap open and she darts over to pick up the call. This is an emergency announcement due to unavoidable circumstances. Our workplace remains unstable. The company has decided to temporarily shut down the research center. Do not return barring special circumstances. Or barring special circumstances. Please direct any questions to the HR manager. It was a group call. Yeah. Nell hangs up the Gray's call and slumps weakly into her sofa. What's wrong? Yeah, I feel like honestly, like for these kind of games, I feel like honestly, I'm kind of looking for like some kind of like Advance Wars or like Fire Emblem kind of game. Some kind of like strategy RPG, I feel. Actually, when you think about it, Girls Frontline could really work in an Advance Wars kind of game. I feel. Especially like Nike or Nikkei or whatever it's called. I feel like Advance Wars would actually line up perfectly with that. Advance Wars, okay, also another thing too. You know how like in Advance Wars, when they show your army versus the other army squad, well, like the squad versus the other squad, like I feel like you could do that with dummies, right? Like that's basically a squad, right? Like that's basically a dummy link squad. Yeah, but we've been waiting for Girls Frontline 2 for like what, 2 years now? So, like, at this point, I'm kind of, like, not even waiting for it anymore. I'm just gonna, like, when it comes out, it comes out, basically. You know, it's like, we've been waiting a while for it. We've been waiting so long for, like, the game to come out that they got rid of the fucking Team 404 game. Which, I still don't know the full story for. It was, like, a fan game, and then it got really hyped up, and then Mika was gonna make it official, and then became not official anymore for some reason. I don't know the whole story behind that, but I was really looking forward to the Team 404 game, but then it just didn't happen. But yeah, we've been waiting on GFL 2 for a while. So, whenever it comes out, it comes out. Yeah. And then, like, I already mentioned that, like, I'm not gonna play, like, the neural game because, like, I've already seen it, and, like, it's the gameplay that I don't enjoy. So it's like, if I care about the story for the neural game, I'll just YouTube it. I'll just straight up just YouTube it. They are doing, like, that pre-register bonus thing, though, right now. Because, like, Facebook has been recommending it to me. Pre-register for the neural game, and then, like, I think if they get, like, 1 million thingies, then, like, you get, like, a free 5-star character or something. Something like that. But it's like, I don't care. I don't care because I don't like the gameplay. So, like, I'm not gonna play it, and I'll just wait until, like, it's on YouTube if I want to see the story or some shit, but yeah, I don't care about it. You saw a hint of game that's like classic Fire Emblem stuff? I think I know what you're talking about. I think I know what you're talking about, but, like, I can't remember the name either. The more I look at Nell's outfit, like, the more, like, the belts, man. There's too many belts going on in here. But then I look over here, and I'm like, oh, wait. Now I kind of see it. They had, like, the same fashion sense. They literally have the same fashion sense. There's all these, like, belts and shit over here. These belts actually have, like, some excuse to exist because, like, I guess she would need to hold shit, right? She needs to hold, like, bullets and stuff. But then, like, what is Nell doing with all her belts, though? I feel like her belts aren't doing anything. At least the belts over here, they can hold, like, handguns and grenades or whatever. The belts here, they kind of make sense. The belts on this one don't make much sense. Lab's closed. It's all my fault. If I hadn't been so impulsive, things wouldn't have ended up this way. But the safe side didn't contact you again. Huh? That means the medicine's fine, and I'm alright too. Yeah, if there was something wrong with the medicine, they wouldn't just shut down the lab. But even though the medicine's fine, you still can't go back to work. That's just strange. Mrs. Gray didn't reply to a single one of the messages I sent her. Looks like she's really busy. She hasn't made an appearance for a long time. Yeah, I don't know what Mrs. Gray has been through. Used to be, Mrs. Gray would give lectures during her lunch or dinner time, because she said she needed to pour her energy into the lab. A proper scientist would never just hand experiment over to people below them. Someone who doesn't take part in the work on the front lines doesn't deserve to have their name on the project team list. That's what Mrs. Gray said back then. But after I entered the lab, I hardly ever saw her. Maybe talk is cheap. Perhaps she might not be able to practice what she preaches. Mrs. Gray is not someone like that. I mean, to be fair, she's not wrong, but she also doesn't know that she's technically working for Paradius, and that Gray is a Naito. She doesn't know that shit. Nell jumps up from the sofa and screams while pouring at the thesis hanging from the wall of the room. I choose to work in the lab precisely because Mrs. Gray isn't like the others. I know you admire her, but she might be as simple and pure as you think. Simple and pure. That's like one word. That's like literally one word difference from having me play Kingdom Hearts. Which I do kind of want to do someday in the future. And when I say play Kingdom Hearts, I mean I'm going to play Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3 in order. I won't play like the stupid I won't play like the stupid side games though, but like I would play the main series though. So 1, 2, and 3, and then like by the time I even get to it, I bet you like it would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or some shit. Yo, there'd be like 8 Kingdom Hearts game, but then like a lot of the other ones are like just side games though. There was like some PSP ones too, like Kingdom Hearts like Birth by Sleep, and then this Kingdom Hearts like 352.3 or some shit. I don't know, the numbers got weird or whatever for the side games. Don't you think there's some truth in what the agent said? Paradius! Yeah, it's true, I'm bothered by what he said, but how should I handle this? You don't need to handle it. It has nothing to do with you. Says who? Aye. There was a rapid series of knocks on the door. Who's there? Hello, I'm from Estate Security. This apartment block has been surrounded by refugees. What do you mean? The news this morning states that a suspect involved in Idun's death was released from public custody. Someone put up a banner downstairs. We don't know where they got their information from. There were only a few dozen refugees at first, so we could still handle them. But more and more passers-by join in, and now some of the homeowners are taking part too. This is really getting out of hand. Maybe you should consider taking shelter elsewhere. Hey, security guard. How do you expect us to leave when the entire building is surrounded? How is anybody going to trust your security form when you force the homeowners out the moment something happens? You're facing unarmed civilians here. Can't you do something about it? We security guards are not law enforcement personnel, and we aren't authorized to use firearms. Our chief has already called the cops, and frankly speaking, given your situation, you might be safer in a police station. One more thing, they're going door to door with pictures. If you don't leave now, there's no telling what might happen. The security guard's footsteps gradually fade away. Mia gently pushes the door open and glances around outside. A milling crowd has the apartment block completely surrounded. They'll probably be spotted right away no matter where they leave from. She quickly comes back in and locks the door securely. Nell, you're in grave danger. There are troublemakers everywhere outside. They'd spot us even if we jumped out a window. I probably couldn't protect you by myself if we went out there. Mia sighs and dials a number. Mia? Lenny, sorry to bother you at a time like this, but I've got nowhere else to turn. Please come over ASAP. I need your help to save someone. Oh, she's a cutie. She's a cute. I love the eyes. I love the eyes. All right, give me the address. Also, I love how badass like she looks with all the tech. Wait, really? I thought it's a chick. I thought this was a chick. God damn it. It's one of those. Okay, okay. It's one of those, isn't it? Okay. Chest too flat? What you talking about? There's plenty of waifus with a negative A cup. There's plenty of Oshis with negative A cup. Chest size don't mean nothing. Mia sends the dress over and sighs in relief over being going over to Nell, who has been silent all this time. Nell, pack lightly. We leave once Lenny comes. If we're surrounded by all those people, then leaving isn't going to be a matter of numbers, let me think. Yes, all we can do is try our best to give you cover. Stop coping. I'm just saying. Hey, listen. I'm just saying that I know plenty of dudes who got a bigger cup than some women I know. All right? There are dudes out there who definitely be sporting like a B cup or C cup versus some girls who have like a negative A cup. Some guys got bigger cups. It'd be hard to take care of this mess unless government people show up. That's it. Huh? That's Agent. Help me contact him. You know what? I feel like Jay deserves a win. I mean, he lost his protege, and now he's gonna have Shadowless get angry at him. And then, like, he was gonna get a date with Moradal, but Moradal's a night. Jay needs a win. Jay needs to get laid. But you know what? I'm holding out that my man Jay, he gets some ass. I'm holding out that he gets some ass eventually. Someone needs to put out for Jay. He deserves it. Or Jay just gets a T-doll waifu. Whatever comes first. So Kay already has a T-doll waifu, so he's fine. But Jay, though, Jay ain't got no one. I want Jay to have a win. At the entrance of certain lodges' company, people occasionally go in and out through the main door. Jay is boredly watching Mona talk to people there. Soon, Mona returns. I just finished checking their transport route data. We managed to narrow down the possibilities instant area. Should we go back and meet up with Kay? Hey, remember when Kay used to be really important? What happened to that? I feel like Kay is just like Stayside bitch right now. Like, he used to be like this cool dude that would help us from time to time. The commander like hasn't talked to Kay in like a good while now. He's just Stayside bitch. I feel like Jay. I feel like Jay's new homie now. Whatever you say, I'm just a tag-along lackey, after all. The people from the technical department should be able to send us a restored HD image this afternoon. We might learn something new from it. I don't understand why you and Kay are so serious about a mission like this, which is clearly meant to mess with us. Agent J. Still alive. Ding! Mona receives an HD photo. Wait a minute, this logo. Jay's eyes go wide. That logo now has his full and undivided attention. That's Galatea's logo. This is the first time Mona has seen serious expression on Jay's lackadaisical face. Ha! Now this is getting interesting. Them again. Jay's communicator suddenly rings. It's a number he hasn't seen before. Hello, Agent J. Nell? Our apartment block is under siege by refugees. We have information that the police must never find out. But I'm pretty sure you'd be interested in this info. Give me the address. Okay, I have a friend at the door. You might want to meet up with her. She's called Lenny. Okay, it is a chick! Okay, wait, I knew it! It is a chick! Guys, just, chest size don't mean nothing, alright? Chest size don't mean nothing. It is a chick. It's a loli. That's why she has no chest, it's just a loli. What, you think this game has Opie lolis in it? Actually, that'd be kind of cool. Can we get like an Opie loli T-doll? Or would that be too degenerate? We have furries. Furries is about as degenerate as you get, right? If you have an Opie loli, is that crossing a line? Is that crossing a line that like furries don't cross or something? I feel like you cross a line with furries. Nah, Amelia's too tall. She's a short stack. We have short stacks in this game. We don't have a true Opie loli. The closest thing we have is like really short stacks. Basically, there's got to be like a fine line. There's a fine line between being a short stack and being an Opie loli. You know? There's like a fine centimeter line based on like how tall you are. I mean, you definitely gotta have a baby face though. You gotta have a baby face to be an Opie loli, of course. Otherwise, you're just a midget with tits. Oh, wait, I should not. Okay, no, I should save that for. I should save that for another. I should save that for another day. I got time. I got time. Okay, I have a friend at the door. You might want to meet up with her. She's called Lenny. Nell hangs up, and then she sends her address over shortly afterwards. Jay turns to leave, but finds Mona blocking him. Agent J, I insist that we act together. I will not budge on this. Hey, didn't you want to work the case? We got a Galatea informant offering herself up to us. So why are we still wasting time here? X! That means 10. The X means 10. That means 10. I know my Roman numerals. What? It's not like I do that for every ranking. That's not true. I've only done that for the last 5 rankings. I've only done that for the last 5. I haven't done it for every ranking. Once upon a time when the campaigns were a lot shorter, I used to be able to like do it in one stream, but then they got longer and longer. I've only had to do that for like the past 5 rankings. Anything beyond 5 rankings. I did it in a reasonable amount of time. Hey, remember back when fairies were not a thing and we were actually excited for them? Yeah, that was a thing. Let's see. That's a lot of that's a lot of that's a lot of dudes. That's a lot of dudes. Jay, can you handle this? Can you handle this many riders? You can handle this many rider. Well, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 20. There's like 20 in there. Yeah, there's like 20 in there. Oh wait, I could count this. 40. There's 40 in there. Yeah, Jay can do that. Jay can handle that. Ah, okay. So here's our team. Here's our team. Yo, it's better when they have names, because I can't be saying shit like this all the time. SP9, APC556, MG338. Yeah, it's better when they actually have names. Refugee, waifu, capture, win. Yo, at this point, anything is on the table for coalition, right? For the coalition thingy. Awaiting rescue. Awaiting rescue. That's a lot of riders. Wow, alright. Abandon Goliath. You know what? I have to question why there would be an abandoned Goliath here. I'm sure it's technically just a stand-in for explosives or something like C4, and they didn't want to make like a C4 sprite. But like, it's funny to think in lore that like you could just find like a random like SF Goliath in the middle of the city, and then just like play with it and throw it at something. I'm sure that's meant to be a stand-in for C4 though. It's got to be like some kind of like just C4 explosives. And before SF just left it there. Let me see. The J Squad retreats. I like the sound of that. The J Squad. Hey, you guys remember the A-Team? I think I'm showing my age when I say the A-Team. But I remember the A-Team growing up. Yo, the A-Team was legit, man. I'm telling you. The A-Team was legit when I was growing up. Alright, let's see. Alerts. Alert. Okay. Alright. Random. Okay. Alright, I think I got this shit. I think I solved the puzzle. Oh! I didn't know you were okay. I did not solve the puzzle. Okay. I did not see I literally did not see that sprite, by the way. I did not see that sprite actually. Oh, that's her oh, yo, she got a good damage art. She actually has a really cute damage art. I like it. Oh, Mona's got the best damage art. Everybody else had like dinky damage arts. Yo, Mona's got the cutest damage art. I like Mona the best. All right. You know what? That was a test. That was just a test. All right, this one's for real. I'm gonna have to bust out the 300 IQ play right here. That was just a test. Alright, I got this. I got this. I got this. I got it. I got it. Alright, Azia bitches be moving and shit. You are patrolling. Alright, I got it. Okay. You are on alert, and you are random. So this means I can totally get to her in the next turn. Alright, this is easy. This is, you know what? This is easy. This is easy. I can get to her in the next turn. Okay, maybe not. So, like, I was kind of hoping this one would go up. I was kind of hoping that one would go up, but it didn't. It didn't go up. Wait a minute. You guys are moving randomly. That means you guys might not move to me. It's on random. They're on random. Okay. All right. Well, that didn't work. Flip a coin. Heads or tails? Heads or tails? Whoops, that was the wrong button. That was the... What if I micro? What if I micro? Jay, you can tank, right? You can tank. There we go. There we go. Okay, we got it. All right. Okay, so wait, I could do this. And then I could do this. And I could do this. Hey, this works. This actually works. I win! I win. I win. You know what? I could totally lose there if like the refugee just decided just to kill Nell or something. Alright, so now I gotta make my way down to that helipad. I gotta make my way down. Make my way down to that helipad. Alright, so you're killable. You're killable. I'm making my way downtown. Moving fast, blocking fast, hometown. Alright, so you're killable. Alright, so obviously Jay, he tanks. Because you have the human tank for the T-dolls, right? That's the way you do it. Because the damage comes to the T-dolls, but the damage doesn't come from the human. If the game were to ever, like, make the commander, like, an actual playable character, obviously you would have the commander tank also. Remember, the commander also has plot armor, so honestly... oh, shit. Okay, wait, okay, so I can't move down. Okay. So I actually have to go this way. Okay. Okay, I can't move down. I didn't have the action points for that. Okay. Okay, so I can't go that way either. You know what? These T-Dars aren't special, right? Can't we just like throw them at the refugees and then like Jay and Nell could just run to the side or something? Like even if the refugees like outnumber the T-Dolls like 1,000,000 to 1, like don't we have like the fucking backup server thing? Like we could just let them destroy the T-Doll bodies and shit. I don't know. That's doll abuse? But I abuse my dolls every night in my base, and no one says anything. and they will get sad. Just throw some cake. Just throw some cake at them. Yo, I feel like I'm breaking some kind of like war laws by throwing a Goliath out. That's gotta be some kind of like rule I'm breaking. That's gotta be a war crime. Like, you know how like you're also like not supposed to like attack like medics and shit too. Like, you're not supposed to attack medics. You're not supposed to use like gas anymore. Like, no biological warfare. No disguising yourself as like a medical truck or some shit like that or whatever. And you're not supposed to attack medics and stuff. Let's see. Okay, so I guess I'll just save this Goliath so I get to the end, and then I could just kill that one dude at the end, and then that'll work. Okay, wait, this works too. Actually, wait, this really works. This totally works. Okay. Oh. And then this way. And then this way. And then I throw a Goliath at you. Oh, God! Yo, I think they died. I think they just straight up just died. Am I the bad guy? I feel like I'm the bad guy by doing that. Guys, they were innocent. They were innocent refugees, and I threw a fucking bean at them. Yay, we win! Hey, wait, is this canon now? Wait, this actually makes no sense. Wait, this literally makes no sense. So, we played this mission as Jay, and then, like, we're in the middle of a city. Are you telling me that we found, like, a SIG 510 T-doll, like, in the middle of the city that needed to be rescued? I feel like we should get, like, equipment or something for this. Not this. This actually makes no sense. This would mean that in lore, that like right after we finish rescuing Nell, that like that Jay basically should have SIG 510 in his party now. I call shenanigans. If I go to this, it's like why what is this possible drops? See these possible drops? This makes no sense. There shouldn't be any possible drops here. I can get, like, myself a tar. I can get a Sten. Yeah, no, that don't make any sense. The whole purpose. No, Kalina, like, literally talks about this shit. She literally talks about this shit, like, in chapter 1, okay? You go all the way back in chapter 1, right? You go all the way back. Go all the way back in chapter 1. Kalina talks about this shit, right? You go to, like, fucking, like... So 1-1 is, like, the train mode with Hellion. You go to 1-2. You go to 1-2. You see these T-dolls right here? You see these T-dolls? That's because they out in the field. They out in the field. And then you send... Oh my god, I haven't seen this map in forever. You send out your T-dolls. And then, like, there's, like, random T-dolls out in the field because either they got abandoned or, like, they ran away from, like, another Griffin base that got demolished or something. So then you save them. You save them, and then they join your base and shit. Holy crap. Oh my god. Wow. Fucking wow. Hey, remember when you could just beat these stages with level 1 T-dolls? Holy shit. Okay, if you have a younger account, this may look weird, but I have like 439 attempts at 1-3 and 219 attempts at 1-2. It's like, that may look weird, but it's like, back in the day, you had to grind. They didn't give you combat reports back then. They give you combat reports now. Like, the game is easier to get into. But back in my day, you had to grind. The game was so grindy back then. I had to play 1-3 so many times. Holy shit. Yo, back in my day, I had to play 2-3 194 times. I had to play 194 times, yo. Back in my day, no combat reports. Oh my god, I remember this map. Holy shit, do I remember this map. I physically remember having to farm this map so much. Wait. Which one? Wait, which one is the... 4-3-E. Oh, now this is the one I'm talking about. Three, 4. Oh, you mean in Conco? Yeah, too many times. Too many times in Conco. 461 attempts for 4-3-E though here. Damn. I remember this one because what you do is you put the team that you want to grind on this one, and then you put like a dummy on this one, and then you can just go up to the command post there. This is a 1. This is like a 1 map grinding map right here. Yeah, I remember this. Holy shit, I remember this. This is the old, this is the old grinding map. Holy shit, is this the old grinding map? This is the super old grinding map. You can still find if you guys Google like old Girls Frontline guides, like this is in there. Like they're really old guides. They're really old guides. Holy shit. It was, yeah. No, it was 3-4. It was 3-4 in Conco. Because, like, in Conco, what made 3-4 also special was that, like, if you had, like, any formation that wasn't all destroyers, you would not go to the boss node. So 3-4 was guaranteed to go to be an easy map, as long as you didn't have all destroyers. Yeah, no, you're right, Ricky. Yeah, no, like, they give you so much shit now. They give you a lot of combat reports, and they also give you like a shit ton of they give you a shit ton of like skill. They give you a shit ton of like pre-level T-dolls too. Yo, back in my day, they gave us level 1 T-dolls that you had to level up to use. Back in my day, you didn't get no dummy link T-dolls, leveled up T-dolls and shit. Yo, back in my day, you got row 65 at level 1, okay? Alright, back in my day. You got row 65 at level 1. Nowadays, you beat chapter 7 and you get row 65 at level 90. You beat chapter 3, I think, and you get Springfield. You get Springfield at like level 70 when you beat chapter 3, I think. Back in my day, I'm pretty sure we never got Springfield for free. I don't remember getting Springfield for free back in my day. My old stream is gone now, but like for my second account, because that's the reason my second account exists. Back then, I did a stream where like I made a new account after like 1 year of playing the game, and then like I tried to play as much as I could before the game couldn't let me anymore. The game was so grindy back then. I literally ran out of resources. Like, I got to like chapter 3, I think, in this game. I got to chapter 3 or 4, and then like I actually had no resources. I couldn't play. Like, I could not play the game anymore. That's how grindy it used to be. So yeah, no, it's better though. Like, I'm not complaining, actually. It's better. It's better for new players right now. Actually, I would argue that, like, you don't even need to do 0-2. You could, like, actually go to, like, the grinding map for, like, chapter 8 or some shit. I mean, 0-2 is the easiest, though. Alright. Alright, we save now. We save now. The tiny safe house is packed full of people. Mia used the crude facilities to make coffee for everyone. The windows are latched, and Mona is squeezed in between Nell and Lenny on the two-seater bench. Jay, on the other hand, leans on the table like he owns the place. Hey guys! Jay's a fucking harem protagonist. Think about it. He's got the cute scientist Nell, and then he's got Mona, and then he's got Lenny, and then he's got me. Yo, he's legit. Jay is actually a harem protagonist right now. He is totally a harem protagonist. All we need to do now is make them go to high school. Make them go to high school, and there you go. There you go. They got the apartment block sealed off tight. You can spend the next couple days here. I didn't think you'd be so considerate. Yeah, so Nell would be like the very smart childhood friend character. She'd be the nerd. She'd be the nerd waifu. This is a Stay-Size safe house. It's not like I'm paying rent for this place. He's too attracted to be one. He needs to be more generic. Damn it, bro, you ain't wrong. You are not wrong. I actually hate that sometimes. I hate that, like, we can't have handsome protagonists because, like, handsome protagonists, like, otakus can't identify with them. I hate that. I hate that, like, a lot of protagonists, they're basically, like, one haircut short of, like, being a faceless protagonist, right? If their hair was a little bit longer, they would just be a faceless protagonist. Oh yeah, and don't stay here for more than 2 days. I haven't applied for permission to use this place yet. I take back what I just said. Alright, so what do you have? Agent J, I've thought things through. It isn't about what I have, but what you want me to do. I'm sure a high-ranking stateside agent wouldn't have the time to escort me home and take statements. So, what do you want to know about Galatea? Huh, looks like I underestimated you, Fra Nell. I can help you find the information you want. Piff, you know, you're being so cooperative all of a sudden, I'm starting to feel suspicious. You can trust me, because there's something I want to find out too. About Idun, or your precious Mrs. Gray? Both. I want to be your informant. That way, you can follow through if you find something, right? It's not easy being an informant, Frau Nell. Please don't make light of my determination. I would treat your request the same way I treat my experiments. Then we'll see how committed you really are. Jay produces a picture and hands it to Mia. We can't just go around giving out. So Mona, okay, wait. In this harem protagonist, in this harem story, so Mona would be like the goody two shoes character. I could see Mona as like either being like part of like the student council or some shit, or she'd at least be the class president. She'd be like, "You can't do that. Don't do that." And then obviously Jay's a loose cannon. Do we have a choice, Agent Mona? Or you could also like do it too, where like Mona would be part of the student council, but then Jay would also be part of the student council, but then Jay would just be the one that breaks the rules all the time. But then like he's also like the only person on the student council who's not an asshole, so like everybody confides into Jay, making him the perfect protagonist spot. Because you know how like, you know they always do that, right? Like for protagonist characters, like they make everybody say that, like, you know what, main character Kun, you're a good listener. Even though the main character Kun, like, doesn't talk or some shit. Like, they always do that shit. Like, it's like, if you're like a mute, faceless protagonist, that means you don't talk then. And that means you don't have a face. So that means, like, everybody talks to the character one-sidedly, and they're all like, you know what, you don't talk a lot, but you're a good listener. Thanks for listening about my worries. But it's not like you had a choice, though. There's no asshole option to, like, not listen to them. That's why I always appreciate it when, like, visual novels and dating sims actually give me, like, an asshole option. Because sometimes they don't give you one. They give you, like, 3 different versions of yes. You know, it's all like, oh yeah, I'll listen to you. Or it's all like, you know what, I shouldn't listen to you, but I'll go ahead and will. Or there'd be, like, a third option. It'll be all like, it'll be like shakes head or something. Like, you just, like, nod your head, so you don't even say anything at all. Jade turns to Nell and taps a picture with his fingertip. Go to the Galatea database and get me the transport details on this truck. That shouldn't be a problem for you, right? Not at all. Start with that. Then, my colleague here is getting very impatient. I'm not. If there's nothing else, I'll keep in touch. Right now, time is of the essence. Goodbye, then. Jay and Mona take their leave, and the room finally falls silent. Nell stares intently at the closed door, feeling very tired. That isn't the only task the agent has given us. Huh? Mia turns the picture over and finds several words hastily scrawled on the back. Deal 2, 920, Nail Temphoff, Mansion, Who? Oh, damn. These beats, man. These beats are popping. The pub street is usually bustling with activity at night, but right now it seems particularly deserted. A woman is holding a cigarette between her fingers, her eyes filled with impatience. Beep. The 109th attempt to make contact is failed as well. Is she dead? Would it kill her to make it more obvious if she is? It's really hard for an underling to come back halfway and take a job over. Subordinates like me, who are this concerned about their bosses, aren't exactly common, you know. Sometimes I wonder if anyone's actually working in HQ, the way all these problems spring up whenever they do anything. While the woman is griping beneath her breath, a suspicious-looking man approaches her from behind. Yo! Are you waiting for someone, darling? Need a light? The woman smiles and shuts off her communicator. She extends his unlit cigarette she is holding to the man who is chatting her up. The man lights her cigarette for obligingly. And here I thought the beautiful ladies in these parts all came out at night. I knew you were different from the rest the moment I laid eyes on you, my dear. Piffed, you got a good eye then. The elegant lady purses her lips and exhales a mouthful of blinding smoke into the man's face. The bars aren't open in the day. Want to head over to my place? I've got a lot of good drinks. Guys, would it be worth it to try and bet a Naito? I mean, like, if she got, like, scorpion tails or, like, spider legs, would it be worth it? A male voice suddenly cuts in. No need for that. She's with me. And who the hell do you think you? Ah! The furtive man is shoved against a nearby wall with his arm twisted against his back. Get lost. Hey, I remember you. I remember this guy. The furtive man is so frightened that he immediately flees the area. The woman throws the cigarette to the ground and stomps on it a few times. Sorry to keep you waiting. I've arranged the route. Aren't you going to do something to make up for keeping a lovely lady waiting? Did you bring your things? Of course. She gestures to the suitcase by her feet. I'm sure you want this information. Are all German men obsessed with politics as you are? I thought we were going to discuss their upcoming deal. The way you go by the book for everything really makes it really fun to play with you. Don't mess around. The woman puts her arms on the man's shoulders. They look just like a pair of passionate lovers. It seems like I'm homeless now. Whatever shall I do? You can stay at my place if you don't mind. And if I do mind? The man says no more. Instead, he takes a suitcase from the woman's hands. The coffee machine comes to life after a button is pressed, dispensing a black double espresso into a white porcelain cup. Hardly anyone is left in the stateside agent offices. After all, the people here spend more of their time on the field work than hunched over a desk writing reports. I caught a big one. Remind me not to mess with those guys in traffic. Well done. The old Kevin I knew is back. Yo, I hate the way Kay looks now, by the way. Like, I appreciated like the way Kay used to like scruffy look. I hate like how he looks like a fucking accountant. Doesn't he not look like he looks like a fucking accountant, man. He got them glasses, he got the nice suit, like the nice pressed suit, he got the suitcase. I hate how he looks now. He looked like a man who went to college, right? He went to college for like a good 4 years. He got his bachelor's degree. You know what I'm saying? You know? Yeah. And then like he got a job at a nice business because like his uncle knows a guy, and he's all like, hey, could you let my nephew work for you? And that's how he got the job, you know? That's K right now. And then like he goes to work every day. He's never late. He doesn't complain. And then he even chats it up in the break room with like the cute office lady, with the cute office ladies in his like cubicle area or some shit like that, you know? And then maybe he'll ask one for a date, and then they go on a few dates. But then it turns out that Kay, he's not good with relationships. So then like, you know, like she doesn't want to go out with him anymore. But then he moves up in the company. He becomes a manager. And then eventually he becomes like a director or some shit. He works his way up, but he's not married. And that's why he has a T-doll. That's K right there. That's K. Rather than fish for tadpoles in the sea, we got information on several transport routes now. Good! Drinks on me tonight. What is his dialogue? No, he sounds normal now. He sounds way normal compared to what he sounded like before. He sounds like a senpai. Now he's like a senpai giving his kohai some drinks. Yo! I actually want to do a Let's Watch. I want to do a Let's Watch on American Psycho, actually. That's a good movie. That's a good movie, man. I want to do a Let's Watch on American Psycho. I thought about it. I actually thought that's on my list. That's actually on my list. We'll go check the terrain near those routes later. There's no way things can just disappear into thin air. Oh yeah? Have I sent you this license plate number yet? Nope. Let's turn on the PC and sort it out. If I do a Let's Watch, it probably had to be on Twitch TV then. The power switch is on. The power button on the CPU chassis is pressed. And within 10 seconds, the computer has finished booting up and is now displaying the desktop. A sign that the computer is in very good condition. 10 seconds? Yo, that's rookie numbers. You need a... Wait, they're in the future. So, like, shouldn't they actually have, like, really good, like, NVMe SSDs or some shit? If they have, like, a good, like, NVMe SSDs and, like, and like, you know, like, just a good processor, that shit should be loading up, like, in 2 seconds. I want a good NVMe, SSD. Or are they still using HDDs in the future? They can't be, right? With how far these guys are in the future, like HDDs, they gotta be discontinued. Everybody's gotta be using SSDs now. Or maybe like something beyond SSDs. Assuming Western Digital is in the future, Western Digital don't be making HDDs no more. Just then, Jay's facial expression undergoes a dramatic shift. Schwaben! Who messed with my PC? I remember HDD is a standard in StarCraft 2 lore. StarCraft's kind of interesting. So StarCraft, all right. Like the colonies in StarCraft, like in the Kopuli sector, like those guys are using ancient technology because they came from a criminal vessel from the Earth colony. So the UED, or not the U, yeah, no, like those guys that came from Earth, like they got the future tech because they're from Earth, but like the StarCraft Kopuli sector dudes, they have old technology because they came from a criminal vessel, but then like it crash landed, and then they just kind of just made their own colony after they crash landed and shit. So that's why they have old tech. And that's also why they have grungy shit too. Like in StarCraft 2, Jim's Raynor also has that fucking disc player or whatever. He's got that the vinyl record player and shit. That's definitely some old tech. Oh, and they have fucking CRT. They got fucking CRT TVs, and shit, in StarCraft. So that's just that's a different kind of setting, man. But it is kind of cool though. I'm really into StarCraft lore though. I really am into StarCraft lore. So I did read up on that shit, and it is very interesting. But do you know what I hate though? You know what I hated finding out? I hated learning that StarCraft lore and Warcraft lore is actually the same. I hate learning about that. That ruined the immersion. That totally ruined the immersion for me. You know that, right? StarCraft and Warcraft is literally in the same universe. I don't like knowing that. That means magic is a thing, man. Magic's a fucking thing in StarCraft. And that means that technology is a thing in Warcraft. Who was it? The Draenei? I think is it Draenei. The Draenei are basically... They're kind of like Protoss offshoots. And they crash landed. Avalon? Is that the name of the planet? They crash landed on the Warcraft world, the Draenei. The Draenei legit have Protoss tech. But then they lost that tech, or they don't have engineers anymore or some shit. I forget. But this means that somehow James Raynor or fucking whoever, they could actually come across the fucking Warcraft world and shit. So yeah, they're not CRTs, they're just holograms in a box. Yeah, that's it. That sounds like a lot. That sounds like a lot of extra steps to make an old school TV. That sounds like a lot of extra steps. But yeah, Raynor could learn magic and shit. That just, I don't like learning about that. This also means that zombies are a thing though. That'd be interesting. If the fucking undead could travel into space and shit, that means we could have zombies in space. That'd just be weird. I mean, as if the Zerg already weren't zombie-like. Relax, all these computers have restricted access. What about the physical evidence? After a brief but intense search. It's all gone! Even that picture! A door opens with a bang, followed by the crisp sound of footsteps. Someone has entered the office. The first to enter is Rami, who has a thick stack of data in her hand. Mona follows closely behind her. Both of them have grave looks on their faces. Infested units, but they're all named by a name of zombies. I know, right? This city must be purged. My god, my god. Uther, you're relieved of your duties, Uther. Arthas, what are you saying? I'm going to purge the city. That's my favorite cutscene. That's my favorite cutscene. It's too late. They're already infected. They're already infected. A combination of fantasy and tech won't be that weird, though. I know it's not that weird, but, like, what I don't like, though, is that, like, I've always separated Warcraft story from StarCraft story because they were separate. But then, like, they made them the same, though, and I don't think that was a good idea on Blizzard's part. The reason why I don't like that being the same is because, like, there's, like, gods and shit. There's, like, gods and, like, gigantic dragons and shit in, like, Warcraft. But, like, now are you trying to tell me that, like, a fucking Yamato cannon can, like, just shoot a dragon in Warcraft? Like, if like, a battle cruiser just happens to be in the same vicinity, you know? Like, I don't like knowing that. And also, like, how did the gods factor into this, though? Like, okay, like, does Kerrigan or, like, or like, the other, like, alien races, like, can they do anything to the gods in, like, Warcraft lore? Like, you know, like, I wonder how that would, like, mesh with each other. Obviously, like, I don't think Blizzard would do anything with it, but, like, it is canon, though. It's canon that the Draenei are kind of like the link between, like, StarCraft and Warcraft, and I don't like knowing that. I want to know, like, how powerful the gods are in Warcraft, and if they could do anything in, like, StarCraft lore. You know, like, I guess I want to know, like, will, like, a Marine Gauss rifle in StarCraft, like, would that do anything to the dudes in Warcraft? Or is magic, or can magic, like, block it or something, you know? How strong is the tech in StarCraft versus the magic in Warcraft? Pretend it doesn't actually exist? That's what I do. I pretend it doesn't exist, but then, like, in the back of my mind, though, like, I get reminded of it sometimes, though. I get reminded sometimes that it exists. I guess the real test would be whether or not Blizzard does something with it in the future. Like, if Blizzard decides that everyone do, like, a crossover game, then that's when it's real. It's real when Blizzard does something with it. And I'm not ready for that, you know? Like, I would be worried, basically, if, like, a battlecruiser, like, crash lands on, like, the Warcraft, like, planet, and then you got, like, a bunch of Marines and shit with, like, fucking, like, guns. And then, like, okay, like, here's the thing, too. Like, they have guns in Warcraft, but they're muskets, though. They're muskets. It's like, who wins? A fucking, like, first century musket versus a high-tech Gauss rifle that shoots bullets at, like, fucking hypersonic speeds. You know? Like, fucking, tell me who wins, you know? Who the fuck wins? So, yeah, like, I just wonder, like, can I, like, shoot Murlocs with my Marine or a Firebat or some shit, you know? And then what about Jaina? Jaina's supposed to be, like, a really high-class magician. Can she, like, fight on, like, even ground with, like, the ghost? Because the ghosts are psychics. The Terran ghosts are psychics. Like, can they duke it out? Or can the ghost psychic, like, take control over Jaina's mind or something? Because Jaina's the main character. She's got, like, plot armor. So I don't know, like, how that would work, you know? Be like, damn, Captain, I don't know what these Tauren dudes are, but they're like bulls and shit. There's a Hydras and a Night Elf campaign you could find and recruit. Yo, I got one for you too. You can find a Tauren to recruit in, like, one of the StarCraft 2 missions as well. Like a Tauren Marine or some shit. So yeah, they both go into each other. They both definitely go into each other. But yeah. But you're right, though. I do just kind of believe... I do kind of just headcanon that, like, it doesn't exist whenever it suits my fancy. I just try to remember that it doesn't exist until Blizzard does something with it. Because I don't want to believe it exists. Like, here's my question, too. What if, like, we go by StarCraft 1's ending and, like, just pretend StarCraft 2 doesn't happen? What if Kerrigan takes over the entire universe, you know? Like, that was the idea. Is, like, would the Warcraft planet be able to stop it? You know? Imagine, like, the gods in Warcraft going, like, there's these creatures called the Zerg, and they're trying to eat the planet. We must stop them. Like, You got like the demons. You got like the demons and the humans working together or something to like fight against the Zerg. Is like, can Kerrigan just like, I don't know, send like a couple Leviathans and just like destroy them or some shit? I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure a very good magician in Warcraft could shoot a fireball at like one Zergling, right? But here's a question. Can a mage shoot 1,000 fireballs at 1,000 Zerglings? That's my question now. Is there enough magic? Do they got enough magic to like fight the swarm? I don't think they got enough magic to fight the swarm. One mage versus one Zergling. I could see it. One mage versus one Hydralisk. I can see it. One wizard versus one Leviathan. I don't see it. I don't see that happening. We gotta like pull all of our Warcraft resources to fight against the StarCraft swarm. Alright, Rami and Rona. Right, let's get back to this. Can the Zerg infest and assimilate Warcraft units? I would assume so. I would definitely assume so. Yo, I would love to see like a Zerglified Tauren. You know, I'd love to see that. Did you look into the Galatea logistics data? Yes, there was a connection to the case, so... That was not the direction you should have taken. It is very difficult for us to perform follow-up investigations when the clues are not sufficiently clear. It's a matter of standards. I apologize. If this was a simple job, I wouldn't need to hand it to you. What you need to do is find out where the shipment went. Rami slams the data she's thrown into the table. How many times do I have to tell you? The truck! I want the truck and what's in it. This is fucking sus. So she's mad. She's mad because, like, we follow up on a Galatea lead because the truck has Galatea's logo on it. But then Rami's angry because we weren't supposed to do a Galatea lead. She wants to know what's inside the truck. But then, like, we don't have any leads, though. Our lead is Galatea. But she's mad at that, though. This is definitely sus. This is super sus. Yo, Kay is such an ass kisser. Yes. And you can't even maintain basic OPSEC. Looks like it's time for the stateside to start hiring again. You. Rami shoots him a glance, then hands down her orders. Your mission is over. The follow-up work will be suspended for now. Everyone is resting peacefully when the phone suddenly rings. The call goes straight to voicemail without waiting for anyone to pick up. Ahem, hello, is this recording? Sorry, Commander, but I need to bother you about something again. So, our vase of a boss gave us a mission recently. The details are confidential, but it's essentially looking for a missing cargo truck. Guess what? That truck belongs to Galatea. Just as things were getting a little interesting, Frau Vase snapped at us for literally no reason and terminated the mission. Weird, right? I thought it was weird too. It's just like when Light died. The supervisor back then didn't know anything either. This was confidential. That was confidential. I'm starting to wonder if I'm an agent or a janitor. I digress again. In any case, I'm sure you get the idea. This job is a fishy one. I'm starting to have my suspicions about the cargo in the truck. For all I know, this might end up being linked to my colleague and Angie. You're the only one I can count on, Commander. I've been waiting to hear from you, Jay. Ooh, thank you for the 5 cores. The night view outside the French windows is dazzling. The glow of a cigarette lighting up twinkled like a beautiful firefly, blinking in and out of sight. Exhales. You know what? I don't care how dangerous it is, or she's sporting like a fucking Naito scorpion tail. I'd hit it. And then, like, when she starts When she starts wrapping her scorpion tail around my dick, I would yell, "Harder, mommy!" And then when she says what, I'll say what. That's a no. The woman's eyes falls on a large poster advertising the Galatea's corporation. She takes out her communicator. Esteemed Tsundere of Galatea, Mrs. Gray, how have you been? Oh, wow. I'm actually surprised that they actually put in the word tsundere in here. That actually seems a little bit weeabo for them to use the word tsundere. You know what? Time to go back to SF. You actually got in touch with me. How very unusual, Bramd. The route is compromised. I see. Aren't you taking a bit too long? Am I? We're working non-stop 24/7 here. Unlike you, we don't have the luxury of enjoying the AC in an office. If I'm not mistaken, you're the one who's asking for help here. Should I put your portrait on a shrine and pray to before every meal then? Humph! I'd never stoop to call on you if I could reach the boss. We should be the only ones with access to this route, so who on earth? The sound of footsteps comes from behind. The woman named Bramd turns around quickly and cracks an alluring smile. She hides the communicator behind her back and presses the off button surreptitiously. The goat cheese that you asked for. Man, I'm not a fan of goat products. Goat cheese, goat milk, goat meat. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. Thanks, you're such a dear. Beep, beep, beep. The call has been terminated. You know what Bramd is like. Gray brows furrows. This isn't the only thing troubling her at the moment. You're right, she won't get to be cocky for long. I'll have to trouble you with sorting out the routes. Don't worry and leave it to me. A bionic robot dog comes to a halt in front of a small house and refuses to move any further. Oh my god, it's her again. She's so adorable. She's so cute. Looks like this is the place. They're pretty cautious. But nobody's home. Bailey, let's get to work. Woof. Holy shit, I haven't seen this background used in forever. Like, this background was used, like, back in Chapter 1, man. Damn. By an Autobahn in Berlin, Germany. An Autobahn snakes around a mountain like a scarf, with vehicles whizzing by every so often. One must raise their voice by several decibels in order to be heard over the noise. Begin the investigation. Leave no stone unturned. Upon receiving the order, the AR team spread out and slowly start searching the area. I've taken a look at the surveillance cameras nearby. Whoever sabotaged the system is an EW expert. The truck couldn't have just vanished into thin air. It's not exactly easy to build any mechanism on a highway without attracting attention. There's no sign of emergency breaking on the surface of the road, and the traffic department has no record of any tailgating or traffic accidents either. I've inspected the Autobahn closely. I don't see any unnatural joints on the road, so there shouldn't be any major mechanisms. What if it's underground? There's no evidence that any recent roadwork has been carried out along the Autobahn in this area. Looks like the road itself is fine. Alright, keep a close eye on Moradao, and guard the search perimeter. You mean we get to torture Moradao more? Sure, I'm in. Understood. I feel like every other, like, sentence descriptor of Moradao recently has always been, she coughs of blood. She coughs of blood. She's bleeding from her forehead. She coughs of blood. It's like, at this point, I feel like Moradao has lost like 5 gallons of blood, and she's still alive somehow. It's like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Levers of Blood, right? I feel like every time I watch a JoJo episode, and like it's like a combat scene, I feel like those guys, they lose like 3 gallons of blood per fight. But they're fine though. Half an hour later, all the dolls return to the commander one after the other. We have all completed our examination of the area. After eliminating traces left by small and mid-sized vehicles, we have discovered a problem when comparing the tire tracks and the small debris in the road. The radioactivity levels of the debris are significantly lower beyond the beltway, 0.5 kilometers ahead. Saint Seiya had more blood? Damn. I need to watch Saint Seiya then. The average anime pervert nosebleed? Yo, the rocket nosebleed, like, that's a classic right there. Where the pervert protagonist, he gets a nosebleed from, like, seeing a girl's panties, and then, like, he rockets into the sky, like, 10 feet in the air. Which, by the way, there was always something I didn't like about that, though. How horny do you have to be to, like, get, like, a nosebleed and rocket off just by seeing a girl's panties? Like, I know that's, like, a 90s trope. That doesn't really happen nowadays, but it's such, like, an old school 90s trope where, like, the dude, like, fucking, like, gets super horny from, like, seeing a girl's panties. And I'm like, really, dude? Like, seriously? And, like, honestly, like, the panties ain't even sexy, too. They're not even sexy. It's like regular white panties, you know? Like, damn. Sometimes, something disappeared after passing the beltway. Possibly the truck. Yo, take a shot every time they say truck. Because I feel like we've been saying truck a lot. Yes, the truck, take a shot, could also be carrying contaminated goods. Or at the very least, the packaging could no longer keep the radioactive particles contained. This piece of broken strap is the last thing we found that contains a high concentration of radioactivity. Star 15 holds out a black object of most identifiable texture. Sop 2 lets out a cry of surprise. Ah, I think I've seen this before. What? How could you have? This isn't just any ordinary strap. It's almost as strong as metal, and probably military grade. It's certainly not available to the public. This thing was probably on the truck. Take a shot. A truck. Take a shot. That 2 senior stateside agents have been tasked to find must be transporting no ordinary cargo. If it's from the military, it all makes sense. Yo, we got 2 shots. This one dialogue box has 2 shots in it already. I'm about to get drunk. Agent Stone would like from StarCraft 2 would like to know what the truck's location is. I know, right? I've really seen it. At that place, you know, where Moridow took us to, I saw many rows of this kind of strap in there. If I had known this was so valuable, I'd have taken 2 rows with me. You found many rows of this in the plant where you secured the lasso boxes? Yeah! Oh, I like that. The dots seem to be getting connected. The truck! Take a shot, guys! Galatea, Paradius, the military. That track. Or, if I want to go over a really old reference. Da plane. Looks up at the sky. Da plane. Okay, yeah, I'm old. The truck was transporting lasso boxes. What? So the truck was related to Galatea. Just then, the community... Oh, take a shot again. Just then, the communicator suddenly comes to life. It's M4, who is still in the middle of our own investigation. Commander! I followed the tracks and found an exit from the Autobahn over here. There shouldn't be any junctions here. It looks like 2 straight roads plus a beltway in the surface. But there's actually a very hidden well mine entrance next to one of the straight roads directly underneath the beltway. One can drive straight into it with sufficient skill. The junction is obscured by grass and rocks. Perfect and natural camouflage. We're heading over right away. Commander! Enemies approaching. Alright. I get some quick auto-back contracts and some basic data. The basic data is kind of shit. I don't need basic data. So, if this looks annoying, I won't even do the hard mode then. Let's see, what are we doing? Reach every radar node. And then please search the map for intel. Yeah, fuck this. Boop. Alright, there we go. Ah, now this is a lot more. Yeah, this is a lot more my speed. Okay. Okay, this is a little bit better. This is a little bit better. Pop you in. Pop you in. Yo, 4,000. Ooh, I'm sweating. I'm already sweating right now. 4,000. 4,000. Yeah, I'm a sweat. I'm a sweating right here. And then we got AR team. Alright. Search for every radar. Search for every radar. Got it.
Takaがネズミどもに邪魔されるとはな。お祈りするか？いっそ泣きわめいた方が楽だぞ。
I see a helipad up there, so I guess I'll cap that. And let's see. I probably could just like lead this team alone, since like I'm back on normal mode, but like I might as well just like give out the full team. I mean, I'll take out K2 though, because K2 is kind of weird to use. Alright, that's fine. Alright. And then Parachute Fairy. Everybody loves Parachute Fairy. Can I parachute anywhere besides that? Oh, I can parachute down there. Oh. I'm literally sitting on like 200 like fairy points, so like I might as well use it. Okay, I've reached my deployment limit. Got it. Oh, okay, so like dudes actually spawn from there. Okay. You go have a good sleep, Kitsune. Architect, in my heart, you're still at the base. Architect is still at the base of my heart. Even though I know lore-wise she's not. And that still pisses me off. Still pisses me off. I don't see why I would have to like resupply her right now, but I'll just do it anyway. Row 65 finds a small black object made of rubber in the bushes by the road. This may be a fragment of a tire. Row 65 collects the fragment carefully. There are more fragments of the black strap we just found. Looks like this really is a transport route. Right, case closed. Let's see. All right, I have just enough. I have just enough action points here. M4 stops the commander from approaching. Don't come any closer, Commander. The concentration of radioactive particles here are way above number parameters. The levels are completely different from what we detected at the place that we checked out. M4 and Row 65 study the readings grimly. This means we're at the right place. Looks like they came straight for the truck. Take a shot, guys. Alright, I'm probably gonna lose that helipad. I'll get it back. No, my helipad. my helipad. You know what? I feel like we don't even have to worry about radioactivity anymore. I feel like we don't have to worry about radioactivity anymore just because like we found out that like the commander has like immunization, some immunized cells too, like Mashlin does. So it's like Commander, there's radiation here, and the commander can like just not care. It's like we're fine. We got plot armor. We got fucking plot armor. Alright, there's a thing right here. I'll go pick it up. Echelons with plastic explosives can throw them at destructible structures within 1 node range. A plastic explosive would detonate in the next round, destroying said structure and damaging enemy echelons on that node. Got it. I'm in an awkward position here. Since I can't exactly move Architect over without getting off the helipad. I got this bomb that I want to throw. Looks like I don't want to throw it on that one. I want to throw it on this one. Yeah, throw it on that one. Oh, that's kind of cool. There's like a little animation for that. That was kind of slick. Holy shit, that's actually kind of loud. I literally thought that like that was like my heater or something. I thought that was coming from my room. I was like, yo, what the? Did I leave something running? That sound effect actually doesn't even sound like it belongs in Girls Frontline. Give me the bomb. Give me the bomb.
戦うことでしか解決できぬというのなら、
あなたは私のものですわ。くらえ。敗北からの巻き返し。
I'm using grape for what she wasn't originally intended for. For like those patroller dude. Oh god, the beeping. That beeping legit sounds like the sound that my heater makes. It actually also sounds like my air fryer. It's making like the exact same noises. It is totally making the exact same noises. It also sounds like the sound like my fire, my smoke detector makes, like when it's like running low on batteries. It also sounds like that too. Okay, so I definitely want to give you a shot. I will let you come to me so I can abuse Alina. That sounds like fun. I forget why you girls are here. You girls are here for affection. Yeah. That's why this team is here. This is for our affection gathering. I guess I'll have to use this one. Was there anything here that I can use? Nope, nothing here. Okay. Nothing there that I can use that will help the fight. I retreated. That means I'm not gonna get S rank anymore. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo me. Alrighty. Do I have enough action points for this? Not really. Alright, come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. I'm gonna save this one, just to mess around with.
たかがネズミどもに邪魔されるとはな。
Oh, she quick. Oh, she fast. Oh, you a quick motherfucker. Okay.
おちびちゃん。
Cool. Man, my Manticore took half damage though. I kind of wanted to restart. Oh, I guess that works. That works too. All right.
登場よ。指揮官、
That also
お願い
works.
ね。おはよう。ただいま。あの子たち、この世界レンテは丁寧に。どんな些細な問題も許さない。
Yeah, I only took the damage off the Manticore. I will quick repair that because it's not gonna take me an hour to read the next story segment. That was like 2 hours. That was like 1 hour and 55 minutes for some shit. Buy an Autobahn in Berlin, Germany. A tall and slender figure is standing on the other side of the highway. Her cold eyes are unlike those of anyone the dolls have fought before. She gazes at her targets as though they are already corpses. The dolls can clearly tell just by this brief standoff that she is totally different from the regular white Naitos. Can we gauge her numbers in combat style? There is only one unknown Naito. Judging by the way she moves, she is probably the frontal assault type. 45, get word to Jay. Let him know that we got the clues and their MO figured out. AR team, we're making our way back to our vehicle. We're not here for fights. Roger. Shing. The Naito branches her saber, and the blade produces a chilling hum. In just an instant, the sharp edge is already glinting coldly under Rose 65's eyes. Chih. Bro, what's happening? She's here! 15, get SOP 2 and go. I'll hold her off. I can't! She's here with me! What? Oh, she doing that Kage Bunshin thing. Yeah, she's doing that ninja thing. The white shadow moves like a phantom. Even though she's so close, no one can catch a proper glimpse of her appearance. The blade slices through the air with a piercing sound. Damn it! With a flash, a deep crevice opened at Rose 65's original position. A tactical doll's body is about as fragile as a piece of paper under that blade. Protect the commander! 15! SOP 2 pulls her trigger immediately and starts strafing at the elusive target. Stop! Your body's in no state to fight this kind of battle. But I just can't stand here and watch you die. We just got M4 back. Who's going to die? Star 15 grits her teeth. She will have to slow down. That shadow can't keep up this speed forever. Focus, focus. Now! Bang! Seizing this fleeting opportunity, Star 15 fires off a few consecutive shots, hitting the white blade accurately. The blade is knocked off course by a few centimeters. The figure pauses for a fraction of a second in surprise. Just then, a shout comes from behind. Gangway! With a mighty throw, Rose 65 launches a lit tube of dynamite forward. Star 15 dives straight for the ground. Ugh! The blade pierces through the smoke of the explosion. SOP 2 lets out a cry, but Rose 65 doesn't even have time to look back. At least M4 the commander can. The commander stares at the glint flashing amidst the smoke. Star 15 shots only manage to slow down the fitting shadow, but soon disappears again. The next second, the mysterious Naito comes to a stop for the first time and finally reveals her ruthless features. Right in front of the commander. Commander, watch out! However, much to everyone's surprise, she tightens her grip on her sword, leaps over the commander, and rushes straight towards the truck in the back. Shing! With another flash of the blade, the entire truck is sliced cleanly into two. Grig? Thrown out with massive impact, Moradao rolls a few times up to the ground. Then she can finally make out the approaching Naito. Sister! The blade hovers above Moradao's head. The white Naito gazes coldly down at Moradao, ignoring the T-dolls catching up from behind. Those who fail have outlived their purpose. You taught me that. Dirt and smoke were still blown in the air after the explosion. You're going to kill me? Moradao gapes at Grig. She came straight for her, skipping over the most important target. Nobody saw this coming. Hold on. Do you have any idea what you're doing? Goodbye, Moradao. Grig lifts her saber up high in the air. The sharp edge is about to slice Mordao's body open. Stop! But just before it makes contact, a massive force rushes towards Grig. A force so powerful, it defies comprehension. Grig makes a split-second decision. Whoosh. What? The lethal strike never comes. The agile figure darts back several meters apprehensively. Pants. Moradao stares at M4 in daze. M4 is panting heavily and looks visibly strained. Don't let her get what she's after. Star 15 and Row 65 each throw a grenade at Grig promptly. Tch. God damn it, that flashbang me in real life. Smoke grenades erupt both in the air and on the ground. Row 65 and Star 15 freeze in surprise. The grenades they lobbed only explode in the next second. Please come with me. What? An unfamiliar voice shouts, then more smoke grenades rain down in front of Grig. 10 explode at the same time. The scent is almost strong enough to induce paralysis. 20 more explode simultaneously again. Even Grig is forced to slow down and stay vigilant against possible attacks from her enemies. These fucking white screens are flashbanging me. When the smoke finally clears, nobody is there anymore. After speeding for a good while, the group exits the vehicle, their legs still weak and jittery. Cough. Thanks. If it hadn't been for your smoke grenades, Bonanza, and Ride, we would have all died there. Oh, don't mention it. Oh, they got saved by K-Bar. Oh. Nice to meet you, Commander. I'm K-Bar, sent by the Earl to aid you. I wasn't late, was I? Your arrival was most timely. Good to hear. Coughs. Standing a small distance away from the group, M4 coughs softly to avoid bringing attention to herself. Moradao glares at the weakened M4, her eyes filled with disbelief and hate. Why did you save me, Nemojin? She questions M4 under her breath, also making sure the dolls don't hear her. M4 takes 2 deep breaths to slow her breathing. She peers at Moradao and just shakes her head. Is helping others really such an unfathomable concept to you? Grig steps in lightly, her blade retracted back into her body. Gray offers her a glass of red wine. How did it go? The cargo has been taken care of, but I lost the target. Thanks for the hard work. Grig shakes her head. She opens her mouth as to speak, but hesitates. What is it? There's no need for secrets between us. Actually, I almost managed to kill her. What? Gray's eyes widen slightly, her usual calmness threatening to crumble. Who gave you permission to take Teacher's life? I believe you will make a better leader for Paradius. There is no real need for her to return. I like you better when she is not around. You! Gray lets her angles show for the first time in front of Grig. Moradao is the most exceptional individual out of all of us. I thought you understood that. That's enough. Don't do it again, or I'll execute you myself. Damn, now M4 shouldn't have saved her. Grig lowers her eyes and murmurs. Understood. In the Berlin safe house, the moon is exceptionally bright tonight. An unexpected battle has finally come to an end. However, a new signal fire has been lit. Commander, very nice to see you. Likewise, Earl. It hasn't been all that long since we last talked. But by God, I'm glad to hear your voice again. I'm very sorry, Earl. I screwed it up. Even Squad Griffin was. You need not to apologize for anything. On the contrary, I feel incredibly fortunate that I have chosen you for this. If it had been anyone else, things would have become utterly hopeless by now. Report your situation. We have successfully recovered Moradao and done some work to render her harmless. Information concerning Operation Cocoon has been sent to you. Also, according to an unverifiable source, they are planning to launch the attack on Unity today. I see. I'll keep that in mind. I can only imagine the terrible ordeal you have gone through. In any case, thank you very much for your hard work, Commander. The brave new world will remember your contribution. Just doing my duty. However, even though it's been a ride, it has to come to an end. Do you believe that this is where it ends? Is that what you want? We do not have sufficient intelligence, and we are unfamiliar with the territory. More importantly, our dolls have suffered heavy casualties, and ammo reserves are running low. We are in dire need of supplies. What I want is irrelevant. Logically speaking, there is no way I could continue. It already brings me great comfort to learn that you are safe. On top of that, you have delivered such brilliant results. By all accounts, this is a resounding victory, and yet you seem dissatisfied. I should have done better. In this day and age, blood and tears are all shed too often. Sometimes, people much desensitized become because they have seen too much. This is more tragic even when the sad reality that we live in. But you're different. Commander, your blood still runs hot. You don't want this to be over, do you? We may fail and suffer, but at the very least, we now have the initiative. If you give up today, and whoever replaces you ends up bringing even bleaker news, if it had been me, I would not have let things come to this. Are you sure you won't harbor such regret? The commander lets out a long and heavy sigh. I require support. The more the better. The sound of a door being pushed open breaks the silence in the room. Moradao looks up with a smile, obviously expecting her visitor. I knew you would come and see me, Nemojin. I want to help you take a good look at your own virtual cognition image. After closing the door lightly behind her, Amphlor slowly walks up to Moradao and towers over her as she has always done. Looking up at N4 now, Moradao seems a lot more subdued than she usually is. Why did you save me, Nemojin? You don't even have the strength to do that again. If I'm just saying, if they change their target next time, it'll be all over for you. I don't want there to be a next time. Then why? M4 bends down and leans in close. Didn't I tell you? I simply want to save you. What a joke. If you want to save me, why don't you just release me? I will. What? I said I will, but not now. Right now, I like to see the real you. Moradao blinks. Her mouth opens and closes in confusion. She eventually decides against saying anything. The man in the comms channel falls silent for a moment. No problem. If support is all you need, I can give you that. I will contact the base. A vehicle of sufficient size should be able to transport your forces to you. I didn't expect you to go that far, to be honest. My opinion has not changed. Out of all the youngsters, you're the most trustworthy. Kyriger believes that, and so do I. I would not betray your trust. Though frankly speaking, your generous praise is a little disconcerting. True enough. You have much still to learn. You are hardly perfect. But humans can never be perfect. Besides, you are still young and have plenty of time to learn through hardship. However, with hardship comes suffering. You must learn to accept the many trials and tribulations you will encounter on this path you walk. For you, your most important lesson is to learn to accept losses. I can accept losses, and I respect everyone who has given their life, but that doesn't mean I can be glad for their sacrifices. I would not pass up any chance of saving my friends, even if they are dolls. I sense a subtext, Commander. We've lost contact with Angie. It's true. She is currently MIA. May I take over the mission to search for her? This isn't a mission for you. Too many personal feelings are involved, Commander. You have convinced me to stay in Berlin. Since I have already made up my mind, I would like to earn my keep. I obviously won't keep a ferocious tiger caged up. However, I have more important tasks for you. You're the only one who can put a stop to the impending fireworks show. But Angie, You have inadvertently drawn Parady's attention to yourself while investigating the Lasso's boxes. Thanks to that, Angie's rescue mission will be much easier. I want you to trust me. I would never let a warrior wither away like this. I understand. Leave it to me. Your father keeps turning living humans into beings that are neither alive nor dead, all for the sake of finding semi-immunisms that can resist collapse radiation. Unfortunately, it has all been in vain. This is Parady's mission, Imogen. We are blazing a trail to a new area, as our name suggests. We are leading ignorant humans to the real promised land. Aren't you deluding yourself? Shut up. Moradal's self-assertiveness sudden vanishes completely. Her face darkens. You reject yourself and your past, but they are forever part of your base layer, memories, irrefutable evidence. You are all failed specimens. You are but a mere shadow of her. Even if you put it into it all yourself, there's no changing the truth. Her? You mean Lunacia? Moradal shakes her head vigorously, as if to shake off this terrible thought. Impossible. You're lying. I'm a perfect being. Really? M4 gives Moradal a pitying look. You are well aware of the truth. Intimidated by M4, whose presence grows increasingly oppressive, Moradal backs away in fright and bumps into something. She turns around and finds herself staring at a mirror. Reflected in the mirror is a corpse, the corpse writhing in the mud. No! 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 As Moradal lets out a horrified scream, the corpse's mouth is also agape. I'm not a failure. I'm not. I'm not. This can't be. I can't be. If I'm a failure, what are you? After ending the call with the Earl, the commander drums their fingers on the desk thoughtfully. With the Earl's aid, we would stand a much better chance. I hope Miss Angie will be okay. As long as we do our part, she'll be fine. This is Angie we're talking about. Have some faith in her. Right. Then, The commander swivels the chair and around and scans the room. Where's M4? You're right. Where's Miss M4 gone? She sneaked off again. To be honest, I think M4 came back, a changed doll. Changed? Don't you think so? How should I put it? She gives us a completely different vibe. Well, she does seem a little different, but we can't begin to fathom what M4 has gone through, so it's only natural that she's changed. Is that so? I guess you have a point. Star 15 listens to the conversation in silence, then she heads towards the door. I'll go and find her. Okay, bring her up to speed while you're at it. Sure. Hard to have faith in Angie when she's slightly unstable in the last event. Yo, she was super unstable. Yeah. She was mega unstable. Thud. Star 15 opens the door to the interrogation room and runs right into M4, who is just coming out. What are you doing in the interrogation room? I had something to discuss with Moradal, alone. Alright, then let me take over. You need rest. Sure. M4 walks out of the door and turns back to look at Star 15 uncertainly. Hey, R15. What? Do you think I'm M4? What do you mean? Of course you are. As in, do you think I'm actually M4 her A1 herself? I have been through things that changed me. At this point, do you think I'm still the M4 that you know? As long as your nature remains unchanged, you will always be M4A1. The M4 I know may sometimes feel lost and indecisive, but she also keeps growing and changing. Above all, she has an unwavering sense of goodness and decency, which is why I believe with absolute certainty you are M4A1. M4 closes her eyes and nods. She smiles at Star 15. Right, thank you. Near the border of the near Soviet Union. Rumble. A military jeep sweeps up a trail of sand and dirt as it travels along the vast and empty land. It is driving towards its destination, a certain military base, where fully armed soldiers are standing in line outside a stern-looking officer in lead. Yo, I haven't seen these guys in a long time. The heavy jeep comes to a stop about 5 meters away from the officer. Clack. The car door opens. A pair of black boots stride out from within the tread and on a thin layer of snow. Salute! At the officer's command, all the soldiers behind him salute the visitor in unison. There is no need for that, comrades. I have been relieved of all duties, and I am simply a civilian of our great motherland. This is no joking matter. There is no way we will accept this decision. Carter says nothing to that. He stands quietly on the spot. Then what would you have me do? We refuse to put our faith in a government that has betrayed us. Even if we keep our mouths shut, there is no telling when the oligarchs' retaliation will follow us. We need a real leader who can lead us to victory. The officer gazes at Carter fervently and gives him a deep bow. Please assume command. This is the will of all of our comrades here in Frontal Special Region 1718. Carter looks at the soldier and finally unclenches the fists hidden behind his back. Behind him, his subordinate also exits the vehicle and hands him a document. For the motherland. For the motherland. For the motherland. As the soldier chants their slogan with fervor, Carter silently opens a filing folder. Just you wait. The spark won't go out so easily. Man, KCCO, why won't you die? Man, you just can't keep KCCO down, huh? You can't keep him down. It's like the last time KCCO was a threat was back when Yegor had the giant mechs, you know? That was the last time they were a threat. They ain't a threat no more. I mean, unless we're talking about theater. They're kind of a threat in theater. Carter's no longer a general. He was relieved of all duties. Whoop, that's the wrong button. He is a normal civilian. That means we can arrest him now. We can perform a civilian's arrest now. That was chapter 2. It took me 2 streams to beat chapter 2. Oh, cool. And then I also unlocked the infinity thingy. Cool. Let me check this out. Let me check this out. KCCO is no longer a threat. Exactly. I ain't scared, KCCO. So if I go this way, I get SPP1. If I go this way, I get... Oh, Farah. Oh, okay. So I definitely got to get that. Okay. Got it. Do you guys drop shit? KSVK? Oh, I don't need KSVK. Okay, I don't need KSVK. But that is like the easier route though. Huh. How great would it be if I were to get her right now? That'd be pretty swag. You know, I still like having turned off like correlation animations. I still like them. I still like them enough to watch them. But you know what I turned off a long time ago as soon as I was able to? Even back when I first started live streaming the game? The cut-in animations for like regular T-Doll skills. Now that got annoying really fast. Especially like in the first like 3 seconds of battle where like everyone's skills being activated. Yeah, I definitely turned that off pretty quickly. But in my first stream, I did have it on though. I did have it on in my first stream. The second stream though, it was already turned off. Nice. I feel like I fucking lagged there because like there was the animation of Alchemist and then all of a sudden like I was at the victory screen. I felt like there was lag there. Man, my ass is still waiting for like rip or swap Jaggers. Oh, Talkriv. I mean, I already have Talkriv 5 dummied, so that just cores. But hey, a core is a core though. A core is a core. Man, these guys are tanky. Oh, Chibi-chan. Chibi-chan. Well, I didn't get her. That would have been awesome if I got her on stream, though. That will probably be another T-Doll that I do not get on stream. Damn it! Didn't get her. Didn't get her again. That was a chance. That was a chance to get her. Well, that was the EX mode, but the EX mode didn't feel like EX. It actually felt pretty easy for being EX, which I guess is a good thing. All right. So I beat chapter 1. I beat chapter 2. So I got 3, 4, 5, and 6 to do. Alrighty, cool. I unfortunately started the live stream late tonight, later than what I wanted. I am gonna have to cut off the stream here. I'm gonna make myself some dinner, and I actually like have work like in a few hours, so I gotta cut off here. Can't go too long, but I will definitely be back here again tomorrow for Saturday stream, and hopefully I'll stream at an earlier time. So I will see you bitches later.